Hi, everybody. This is Renee from Paramount Solutions. We are a small, privately owned psychic service located in Orlando, Florida. We book all of our readings by phone, and we do all of our readings by phone. We specialize in clairvoyant readings. Some of our readers use tarot cards, some of them are psychic mediums, but they are all clairvoyant, which is very important for a phone reading because they're a very visual type of reader, and that's important in a phone reading. I wanted to talk a little bit about the new year and wish everyone a very happy new year. We hope that you had a very good celebration with everybody, and we hope if you're on the East Coast, because I think the West Coast is not getting hit by this quite as hard, but if you're on the East Coast, we hope that you are warm and that it's a good day it's a good week to stay inside and to get a reading and to focus on yourself and your goals for the next year, which is exactly why I wanted to do this Facebook Live just as a forecast to let you know that you can do a forecasting reading for the year or even just next month or 3 months or however you want to do it. And you can get a lot of information and kind of focus on your goals, which is a great thing to do just going into a new year. Really, anytime that there's a new beginning, like a new moon, your birthday, new year, new quarter, new 6 months, new half year or whatever, that's a really good time to get a reading because it can really, really help you just focus on exactly what you're looking for and what to, how, the timeline of things and how they're going to progress over the next couple months. Our readers love to do it, and obviously our clients love to get readings with the forecast because it's just really informative. It kind of focuses you on some different things that maybe you're not focusing on, because a lot of people will call, for instance, over a certain issue that they've been calling on for a long time, and then they just need to kind of maybe back off a second and then look at a forecasting reading and figure out exactly where they want to go. And that can really actually push you a little bit forward, which is really, really good with your goals and everything that you want to accomplish in this year. So, Happy New Year. As we said, you can get one anytime that there is a new beginning. It could even be the start of the school year, something like that, which a lot of people are going to be going into a new school year here in the next week, or in the new half of the year, I guess the second half of the school year. So that'll be a good time to get a reading too. It's a really fun way to get a reading is doing a forecasting reading. You'll be able to focus on your goals and just be really comfortable and confident moving forward. Anytime that there is a new beginning, it's time for a forecasting reading. And usually, we do have all clairvoyant readers here. For a forecasting reading, I usually look for somebody who does use a little bit of cards, tarot cards, or even is heavier on cards. Tarot cards actually do provide the reader with a little bit of a base that makes their predictions a little bit more concrete and more in a timeline. They can actually, if you have a really good tarot card reader, there are certain cards that that'll actually speak to them a little bit more on sooner events, and some that will go into the future, some that'll be in the past. So the better card reader you have, the more personal they are with the cards. They actually almost have like a personal connection with the card and what it means for them and what it means for you going forward. Getting that in a reading is very, very important, especially this time of year, because then they can give you a little bit of a timeline of things that are going to happen. Timing in psychic readings is always a very, very subjective. It's just very subjective. It can be all over the place. Just be honest with everybody. A lot of times readers will pick up a number and they'll go 3 days, 3 months, 3 weeks, it could be something like that. But those are very different timelines if you're thinking about any kind of event. So know that when you're looking at timelines with psychic readers, it can be a little bit difficult. That's why we usually say to go with somebody who does use a little bit of cards, because they're a little bit more concrete and they're very connected with their cards, and that can actually help them a little bit more with timing. Versus a clairvoyant reader. A clairvoyant reader will pick up on bits and pieces from your past, present, and future and then describe it to you. And then in those clairvoyant readers, a lot of them are not really focused on timing of events at all. And so sometimes they'll be picking up on just different parts of a situation, but the timing could be really, really kind of crazy. And psychic mediums would be the other type of reader that we actually really deal with. Psychic mediums actually are focusing on the here and now and the energy in the present. So to have them focus on stuff in the future, many of them can do that. That's usually not a problem. However, usually for a psychic medium reading, you do want it to be in a clear, present energy right now versus a forecasting reading where you're looking into the future. So that's why we always recommend somebody that might use some cards for a forecasting reading, is because it's a little bit more of a concrete reading. It definitely can give you some focus, and a lot of the tarot card readers can definitely help you. All of the tarot card readers here are clairvoyant first. We actually specifically look for clairvoyant first because for a phone reading, we like to have visual readers and to describe those visions to you. So if you're, looking for different types of readers that you would get on the phone, we actually strongly believe that it is the best way to get a reading is by a clairvoyant reader on the phone, because it's all about energy. You're not putting anything physical out there for them to see. It's only on your energy of your voice, which is a very personal part of your being. And so they basically can just pick up on voice vibrations, a lot of them, but the tarot cards actually keep them grounded to where they can actually do some timing of events, which is very, very important. Let's see, I think that's actually a lot of what I wanted to focus on. Our readers love to ask to focus on love, relationships, career, business, really whatever area of interest you are focusing on for the coming year, which you're probably going to be focusing on a lot of those interests because a lot of people have love, relationship, career, family, business type, issues. That's what we deal with every day. But it can definitely help to have a little bit of a timing of events and what things maybe to look out for in the future. We always do recommend, also, if you're looking for a forecasting reading, you don't really ever have to ask specific questions going into a reading. However, if you are wanting to focus on a specific area, we do encourage you to ask a question about that specific area, just for the simple fact that you have usually a certain amount of time, which we don't do any per minute rates. We always do a certain amount of time in advance, so you know exactly what it is up front. There's no surprises. So if you have a certain amount of time, you kind of want to really focus on what you want to focus on. Whereas, as a forecast reading, you'll actually be focusing on a lot of generalized topics. But if you wanted to focus on something very specific, like do you see a relationship coming up for me in the next 3 months? Something like that, then we do encourage you to go ahead and ask, because you'll just get more focus on the situation that you want to focus on. Couple things coming up. On the 16th, we have a new moon, and on the 31st, there is another full moon, which the second full moon in a month is called a blue moon, and it's going to be a super moon, so it's going to be very close to Earth, be very bright, and there's going to be a lunar eclipse. So it's going to be kind of a little bit of a crazy energy at the end of the month. So we do expect that to have an effect on everybody. If you would like a forecasting reading or have any questions about the new moon, the new energy of the new year of 2018, we're very excited. Just give us a call. We would love to help. We have a lot of readers on tonight. You can call us at 1-800-966-2294, and we'll be able to help you. We hope that you have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye-bye.